Hi, good morning. This is Carl, Broken Arrow Rodeo. We are currently sitting at the drive-thru waiting to get some lunch or dinner, whichever you call it, I guess. Part depends on partly in what part of the country you live in, I think. But anyway, we're headed back to the farm or headquarters. We've got the back pins. See, I think it's the right side back pins set up at the house. We worked on getting those redone, more or less. Had some clips, some pins. Been up throughout this last season. We're going to do some cleaning, pressure washing, and new paint on the back pins. I think we're going to paint all the back pins black. The WW bucking chutes that's been out front all last year and year before was a red gates, black slides, and black backs. I think we're going to all red unless I get overrode by Aubrey and Candy. We'll see what color we end up going with. I wanted to go with tan fronts, black slides, black panels, tan roping box. Just something to look different than the original black and red that everybody uses going up down the road. But at any rate, we'll get back to the house here in a little while. I may show you a little bit of my drive back here in my company truck, because I still have a full-time job. I don't just rodeo. Rodeo's what I do for fun, right along with the farm. You'll get in on some of the haying this year, hay season, cutting, fluffing, raking, baling. But we'll see you in a little while at the farm. Hey, I'm back. I promise you I'd show you a little bit of my drive back to the house after I choked down that lunch, dinner from the drive-thru right there. Got it all choked down, and I figured I would show you some of my drive back to the farm. But I realize that some of y'all out there may have never been to the South, and seeing how this is probably my second video ever on YouTube, I figured I'd take this time right here to kind of tell you what's going on with this deal. We've been approached by several people and said, man, y'all really need to do a YouTube channel. I guess what you call it, YouTube channel, YouTube page, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm about as fresh as a daisy, green as a gourd regarding this deal. Don't know that I'll actually have time to stick with it. But I'm gonna give it a valiant effort. But now, let me just go ahead and warn you. There's probably not gonna be any editing. There's probably not gonna be no big productions. It's just gonna be basically raw, uncut footage behind the scenes of a stock contractors rodeo family going up and down the road from time to time, setting our arena up on the road. So be some of the videos you'll see will be from the cab of our four-door Freightliner. We're going to show you how we set the arenas up, back pins, bucking chutes, And then we'll get some footage from actually doing rodeos inside the arena, in the back pens, loading, unloading stock. Get some, probably try to get some videos of my crew. Probably introduce my crew a little bit to some of y'all. Just like I said, so you can see behind the scenes what it takes to actually put on rodeos. Everybody has loved rodeo here in America. I mean, it's probably one of the oldest sports outside of baseball and, I don't know, horse racing. Probably one of the oldest 100% American deals. You know, and we as Americans started the sport of rodeo, and now it has spread across the oceans, other countries. Everybody's seen what the PBR has done. It just completely changed the dynamic and opened up bull riding to so many different countries and demographics. I mean, there's PBR has just really changed it. And then the sport of rodeo in general with pro rodeos, man, the added money has just went through the roof. Now a competitor that actually enters rodeos, they can actually make a living going up and down the road doing what we all love. I mean, they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars just at winning rodeos, placing, getting to that pay window. It's really incredible. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to. We've been approached, and the wife talked about it. We was like, hey, we'll try this. We'll give it a shot. So your first rodeo you're going to get to witness will be coming up March 13th and 14th, I believe, in Odenville, Alabama. That one will be for the St. Clair County Cattlemen's Association. I will be bringing y'all along, showing you as we get the arena, the back pins and bucket chutes finished up. Getting them loaded, hauled over to Odenville. We're not going to do a constant video, non-stop really, footage of setting the whole thing up, because that would just absolutely bore you to death. But we'll get some clips here and there, especially with like setting the chutes, pinning everything up, lead ups to them, and the back pins, and give you a finished product before show starts, during the show, after it's over, and then once the whole deal is over, packing it right back up, putting it right back on the trailer, and heading out. We'll give you a turnkey view of it. Try to throw in some interviews there. Matter of fact, we have another video that I actually filmed. It was probably the first video that I filmed when we was at the finals back at the end of January. We went to the association finals, our local association here, which is held in Philadelphia, Mississippi, Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association. We had our finals down there in January, and took you to the barn where all of our bulls, horses, all the contractors' bulls and horses are housed during the rodeo, during the finals. Met up with one of the other contractors there. Got an interview from him. You can go check that out if you want to. But I was fixing to flip my camera around, show you the drive home, like I said, from here in Central Alabama. Some of you may or may not have ever been to Central Alabama, but we're headed northbound on 65 in toward Birmingham. Then we're going to kick off east on 20. Head back to the farm. But I was going to show you some of that, but now we're in construction traffic, so I don't think anybody wants to see that I can imagine. But that's the gist. That's us in a nutshell. Why we're even starting the channel, video, vlog. I don't know what you call it. But instead of me talking, as soon as I get out of this traffic, I'll show you a little bit of the drive back to the place. We get there, we'll start walking through some of the back pens, seeing what all's got to get done. Some of this stuff that you're gonna see is brand new, that me and my son and some other friends has built from scratch. The Lord extremely blessed me with the knowledge and ability to do a lot of this metal working, welding, cutting, burning, fabrication. So I opted to build a lot of this stuff myself instead of outsourcing it or buying brand new stuff from different manufacturers. I just built it myself. So I'll show you some of that. Like I said, some of it's new, some of it's been used last year. I didn't paint it last year because I knew there was things coming down the pipe for this year. I knew I had to go back and redo some things that didn't work, and I didn't want to paint it and then turn right around and have to mess that paint up to fix something or rebuild something. So I was like, hey, it's gonna look like junk until it's painted, so let's just paint it all at one time. So I will see y'all on the road here in a second. As soon as we get out of this traffic, I'll give you some of the sights. Headed back to the house, to the headquarters. Alright, here we are back. I finally got back to the farm. I'm going to show you some of the back pins that we've been working on here. We got these back pins going on. Got these back pins all welded up, fixed up. We're fixing to start painting these things. Got them all set up here. We're getting, like I said, getting ready to get these painted up. Get them ready to come to Odenville, Alabama here in a few weeks. We'll get all these painted, get them all ready to roll out. Here in, we'll set up the, we will set up on Wednesday before the rodeo, which is going to be, I think, March 2nd. I mean, March 12th, not the 2nd. 2nd. That'd be a good little time before. March 12th. We'll get these pins set up and ready to rock. Should be ready. Painting ready. I'll take you out here. Show you what we still got left to work on. We've got all this, all them panels right there. We've got done. They're ready. They're welded. They're ready to go. I'll flip this camera here in a little while so y'all can see how we carry these things up and down the road, and how we keep it all safe, loading and unloading. Last time we put all this stuff on this trailer, it was the last deal. We was ready to go, ready to come home. It was probably midnight, 1, 2 a.m. So we just throwed it on there, get ready to get home, and go to bed most likely. But I'm gonna flip it. Yeah. This is our panel rack. See, it has these legs up there. Has these legs. We slide all the panels, bow gates, all that stuff on, like this side over here. So we put them all up there with forklift or skid steer, whichever. Put them up there. They slide on. Nobody's got to be up there. That's just for the bow gates and the panels. And then we take all the other little stuff, put up here. Little small gates. Our bucking chutes come apart. They come off in pieces. So our bucking chutes, reds, blacks, 90s. This is the older WW stuff. We're looking at possibly changing bucking chutes. I had to put 2 new boards in up there. One of our rodeos, because had a bull knock the top 2 out or something. I don't remember what happened. So that's one of those, is different colors. I thought about possibly changing these boards out and putting in the hard plastic boards, kind of like what you see on these new decking boards, plastic decking boards. I thought about swapping that out, putting those in. But we've tossed around the idea of selling these old chutes and buying some new chutes, new 4 on each side, or 3 on each. 2 on each side, or 3 on each side, which give you a total of either 4 or 6 bucking chutes. We haven't decided exactly yet what we're going to do, but currently we're using the 4. Used 6 in the past. It's nice to have 6, but 4 is really growing on me. I really like the 4. I don't know why it's growing on me. It's less, but at any rate, these bucking chutes, you set these rails. How they got these posts. So you set these rails down, and then the end of this sits on that peg, and then we have another peg right here. That peg catches right underneath here on this bucking chute, and it sits there. And you have these rails, one in the front of the bucking chute and one at the back of the bucking chute, and that's what keeps them up. And then they all get pinned together. Here's a hole. A back gate is somewhere right off in there. It'd be the black one back in there. That's the back gate. Right here is where your platforms pin on. You'll have a 4-foot platform for the cowboys and everybody to stand on the back of the chutes to get in for their rough stock event, whether it be bareback, saddle bronc, or bulls. This year we're also adding ranch broncs to our rodeo association, added ranch broncs. So this year we'll have those 4. Last year, that's the Freightliner you'll see us going up and down the road in this year. Right up there's our pre-fit roping box. Had that thing re-wrapped beginning of last year on the front. So that's pretty much ready to go. We've got to do some painting on these panels. These are the panels and bow gates for the timed event in. Roping box, timed event panels, same end of the arena. This right here is strictly for the calf roping, also known as tie down, breakaway, steer wrestling, team roping. All those cattle stay in these back pins here. And then we have our arena panels. Has the same rack, holds them all on there. But as you can tell, they are a bunch of them suckers. There is a bunch of those panels. So both of them are set. All of this will make a complete arena. Bucking chutes, back pins. It's all on 2 gooseneck trailers. Hit the road March 12th. We'll hit the road over to that first rodeo. So between now and then, we'll have you back on here. We'll shoot some more videos of us getting it all ready, painting, loading it back up, and getting strapped down, ready to roll. Meantime, we'll do a little other stuff. May end up doctoring some cows or working some horses or something of that nature around here. Heck, we may be unrolling some round bales for long and having to square some up for some customers. Just recently had to put up a new hot wire along this back fence. Goes all the way down to that far point on the back side of those cedar trees, around back side of that barn. This whole hot wire ran through here. Somehow or another, it wasn't working just right. But at any rate, goes right through there all the way down behind that pond, then back up back side of that pasture and over to about right along in there is where it was messed up. From there all the way around, all the way back down. We done that Sunday, I think, in the rain, matter of fact. We had to get that fixed. So it's always something around here, always something. If you have a farm, worked a farm, any of that type of stuff in the past, you know, there's always something going on the farm. And then you add the rodeo stuff in there, and then it's a whole nother ball of yarn to deal with. So I guess I'm pretty much done. I'm fixing to have to take my daughter, or I ain't got to take her, she's fully capable to drive. 17, senior this year, be 18 next month, which reminds me, we'll be doing a low country bull for her 18th birthday. So more than likely you'll get to be a part of that, show you how we do a low country bull here in Alabama. I guess this is probably where I say, hey, if you like these videos and you want to see more behind the scenes of the rodeo world, farm life, I guess like and subscribe, and hit that little notification button, so every time we post a video you can be alerted that something's happening here at Rockin' 4J Farms or with Broken Arrow Rodeo Productions, either one. show you another project that my son is working on. He's got these bottle caves. Some of you say, man, that's an old barn. Yeah, that's an old barn. That one was built in, way before I was born. It's been here a long time. I think that barn's been there ever since my dad was a child. He's 74 this year, so yeah, that's an old barn. We maintain it. This year we're gonna be putting a roof on it, so y'all might get to be a part of that. Be putting a barn on that thing this year. Anyways, I've got to go. I got to put an end to this video, get the gate locked so them calves don't get out. I got to shut this deal down and get moving. But I promised y'all I would show you when I got home. And I'll keep y'all informed. Like and subscribe. We'll see y'all down the road somewhere. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you.